Yo. I never knew what it could have been. Adrenaline kicking in, ain't no minute, man. We taking off for the cause and now by your mess. Putting out every fire like a fireman. I never knew what it could have been. Adrenaline kicking in, ain't no minute, man. We taking off for the cause and now by your mess. Putting out every fire like a fireman. I never knew what it could have been. The work we putting in won't be overlooked. Our body language, your boy looks shook, and he should be. I be Marcus, can't be at the rim, don't get touchy. I can't believe this is happening. The merge from north to south. I don't doubt many men, but many men in the end get lost. Hell of a cause, cause everyone trying to be the boss. But then society, give me a pause. Raise the applause for the fucking terrorism, making an error. Knee deep in every endeavor, stay classy and clever. Hieroglyphics to letters. Everything that I do is all for the better. I never knew what it could have been. Adrenaline kicking in, ain't no minute, man. We taking off for the cause and now by your mess. Putting out every fire like a fireman. I never knew what it could have been. Adrenaline kicking in, ain't no minute, man. We taking off for the cause and now by your mess. Putting out every fire like a fireman.
Yo, you never knew that I spit the scriptures like rabbi. Spit that fake shit, never have I. You don't wanna be an enemy, but then I lie. Before I have to cut your body parts like a tan line. You out your damn mind, thinking you could box with us. We like some juggernauts, homie, you ain't stopping us. Pop the clutch, speeding off with lots of bucks. You watching us, get blinded when we cock and bust. Don't ever worry about what could have been. Death around the corner, know the casket's what they put me in. Living on the bottom of the bottle, what I'm looking in. I'm going after every fucking thing that I should have been.
I never knew what it could have been. Adrenaline kicking in, ain't no minute, man. We taking off for the cause and now by your mess. Putting out every fire like a fireman. I never knew what it could have been. Adrenaline kicking in, ain't no minute, man. We taking off for the cause and now by your mess. Putting out every fire like a fireman.
One, two.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really hear anything, bro.
Technical difficulties. All right, we're good.
I don't hear anything, bro.
I don't hear anything.
I don't hear anything.
All right, we're gonna come back to y'all. Go ahead and stop the cam. Play another video. Mute the.
North County, we're here. The living dead. Outside lands. Yeah. Two words, San Diego, we able to eat at the same table. Yesterday's fable is today's reality. Welcome to what I call the hip-hop academy of cool, calm calamity. Two words, hip-hop, no chain, wristwatch, no range, marijuana, cocaine, website domains, anonymous, no name, no face, just brain. Learn to play the fucking game. I'm saying two words, old side, length, gente, gon' live for the moment. Step out with the homies. It's a takeover, SD makeover, no layover. We already here. Two words, gun control, don't patrol no more. I defend my own and everybody I know. Streets stay hot, try me not. Raised in this game, so everybody move. 2 words, drug use, El Chapo, old news. But the drugs are still used, malabuse, you lose. It's an epidemic, methamphetamines, grandmama's open it. Whole world smoking things. 2 words, North County, Oceanside, I'm alive. Hip hop till I die, write rhymes every night. Cypher's gon' bring the light, lightweight, Miller Lite. Yes, I'm down to fight, bout to soar like a kite.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Kick It Podcast, brought to you by Kick It Labs. As always, this is being recorded live from the beautiful city of Oceanside. So if you haven't done so, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe to Kick It Labs on all major platforms. My name is Victor V, joined by my brothers Bruce, Osai Lens, and if you are on the YouTube, you will see Louis is not here today. Neither is Piccolo, so we got DJ Tribe on the green room holding down the production. Shout out to him. Hey, thank you, brother.
Kick It Labs, anything can happen.
Yeah, Thirsty Thursday, bro. Hey, but this is not a Be Up episode. We actually do have beautiful guests in here. Not one, but 2 beautiful guests. And you guys might have seen them already out there in these events, but soon you'll hear about them all throughout the county. I'm talking about the only Roxstarz management group.
Yeah, one and only.
Hey.
Welcome.
Thank you for kicking it with us, ladies.
Yes, thank you for having us.
Talking to Mike. Talking to Mike, Rox.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Do a mic check real quick, Rox.
Yeah. Let's run it, dude. It's been
Mic
a
check. Hello. Alright,
Turn up the
hello.
purple a little bit. Yep, and then go ahead and
Mic check.
oh yeah, you're perfect right there.
I'm perfect.
Cool.
Check,
Hell
check.
yeah. There you go. Well, welcome, guys.
Thanks.
I know Roxy comes to the podcast all the time, so welcome back.
Thank you.
And also, welcome back to Blush.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's been a minute.
Yeah,
it's been a
100%.
minute. Yeah, it's been a long time
Yeah.
since you came on the show when we were upstairs.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, now you're downstairs with us back
In
here
the
at Kick
new
It
spot.
Podcast.
Yep.
Hey.
yeah, that was a couple years
It's
back.
looking nice in here. It's
Thank
looking
you.
real
Thank
nice.
you.
Thank
Yep.
you. Thank you.
Yep, and I can see now you're under the Roxstarz management. Yo, how is
Yeah.
that going?
It's going great. It's nice to have help, you know?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, she's been like my fairy godmother. So,
Hell yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
And congratulations once again. I want to take it back a couple months with your event at the Pisces
oh,
birthday
yes.
party.
Yes. Thank you.
Yep,
Yeah.
It was a whole vibe
Thank
on
you.
that Sunday.
Yeah, it started off as a birthday show and it still kind of was, but I just kind of threw it together like a month before, but it went pretty smoothly, so yeah.
Dope.
You guys know Marios, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he helped me plan that and that's kind of what turned it into a Pisces fest cuz we're both Pisces. So
Hey.
yeah.
That was a great idea, though.
Yeah, thank
honestly.
you.
As soon as you put it out there, I was like, all right, bet. Yeah, that
Yeah.
sounds lit.
It was like an eclectic music lineup, you know? So that was kind of cool. Just different vibes going around. But
Beautiful.
yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
And how was the performance? How were the
It was-
performances?
It was great.
Yes.
Yeah. Everyone killed it. We just kind of got late to setting up a little bit, so
Right.
that pushed it back. But
Yeah.
other than that, the performances were great.
There you go. Growing pains, you know?
Yeah.
Growing pains. I love it.
It's expected
Yeah.
in like
Yeah.
live music, you know?
All right, ladies. Well, let's jump straight into it. I know everybody out there tuning in wants to know. So, how is it that this management group got formed, and how many members do you guys have in this group?
So the reason it got formed is because it's divine. Everything was superly. Everything was super. Am I not in the mic?
Yeah, there you go. There
Okay,
you
I
go.
just
Thank
need
you.
to get
Thank you.
closer.
Rex.
Okay. So everything just happened very divinely. Very synchronized, one thing after the other. The way that I met Sally, actually, I got invited to a meditation circle where we did breath work. It was my first time doing breath work. Was it your first time?
It was my
as
first
well?
time doing breath work.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I've done like yoga and stuff, but not like
Yeah.
a breath work centered event. You know,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Well, right before I met Sally, and this is how the whole music group actually formed. So Sierra, one of my good friends, a few years ago, I noticed on Instagram because she would post. She used to do spoken word a lot, and I remember one time I hit her up, and I was just like, "Girl, what are you doing? Like, put that on some beats. Like, you're really good." And she's like, "Oh, I've never done that. Like, I don't even know, how my voice would sound over a beat." And I'm like, "Try it out, practice it." And then she's like, "Really?" And I'm like, "How about this?" I'm like, "You put your voice over a beat, practice it, and when you're ready, let me know, and I'll help manage you." And she was like, and I was serious, and she was serious too. Well, I lost touch with her for like almost 2 years. And then she came back one time. She came back recently at the end of this last 2023, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, so I started making music." And I'm like, "Let me hear it." And then I'm like, "Okay, cool." I was like, "Let's do this." And she's like, "Are you serious?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I told you I was." And she's like, "Okay." I've always wanted to manage, an artist with music. My son, he's a music artist himself. I've always loved music since I can remember. I mean, I'm an 80s baby. I grew up in the 80s. Like, we're all the, hello, like.
Shout
that's-
out.
Dang.
Like, the best. I grew up with the best artists ever known. So, when my son was little, he was only like 3 years old. No, not 3 years old. I'm sorry. He was 5 years old. He came home from school one day, and I was bumping Eminem in my car, and he was like, "Mom," he's like, "I learned how to, I know how to rhyme." And I'm like, "Did you know that's all you need to do if you wanted, like, you like to listen to Eminem?" I was a young mom playing Eminem, like, and he was just like, "Okay." I was like, "Well, that's what they do." So I was like, "Come up with your own rhymes, and you can do, you can do music like Eminem." And he was just like, "Okay." So one day he came and he was just like, "Oh my gosh, Mom, listen to my rhyme." And we did that like all growing up. And then by the time he was in middle school, he wanted to make beats. And I'm like, "Okay, you can make beats, that's fine." And he was like already come into like his last year of middle school. And I told him, I'm like, "By the time you get to high school in ninth grade, if you still want to make beats, I'll put you in homeschool. And you can make beats. You can produce beats if you can produce A's." And he was just like, "Okay." So ninth grade came. He tried it out for a few months. It was like, "This isn't for me. Like, I don't want to be here. I do want to do homeschool, and I do want to make beats." So I let him do that. And then he's really good at making beats. He's really good as an artist. He doesn't make consistent music. He's not the type of person to put his stuff out too much. He doesn't like a lot of the attention, and he doesn't do it for anybody but himself. But of course, like, being with his friends, and they all like it, and they like to put it out. So when they make music together, they put it out. So he just goes with the flow, but it's just not something that he's ever wanted to do. So he just does it for him, for fun. But I wanted to music manage him, and he never let me. He was just like, "No, Mom, no." And then when I met Michael, a few years back, I used to go to all his shows. Huge supporter, huge promoter for Michael. And I used to tell him a few years ago, like, "I'm going to manage you. Like, I'm going to be your music manager." And he was like, "Okay, that's fine. I mean, if you want to, whatever." Oops, excuse me. And it's like, okay. So it was just that thing where I was just like, I want to manage an artist, And then when I had mentioned that to Sierra and I was serious, she came back and I'm like, "Let's do this." And then just from that, I went to this event, and this is where I met Sally. And then my friend Eddie, you can find him Esoteric Eddie or Esoteric Eddie on Instagram and YouTube.
Shout out.
Shout out.
Shout out. Yeah, he's amazing. and he's the one that put this event together.
Nice.
So yeah, it's a spiritual event, and he organized the entire thing. There was music bowls, there was meditation, there was sound healing. He had these professionals come out. They guided us through everything. He took us to San Diego to this. It's a vibro acoustic room. I don't know if you've ever heard of that, but oh my God, it's amazing.
Yeah,
right?
I haven't done it yet, but I saw Ivan when he
Oh,
was
I
in
thought-
there, and he was like blasted off into space. Like he was gone out of this world.
Oh,
So,
oh my
yeah,
gosh.
yeah. Talk to me a little bit about that one right there.
Yeah. Oh my God.
It's just like frequencies, bro.
It's
Yeah.
just frequencies, but like
Yeah.
you do drugs and shit too, or
Well, you
No.
can.
I mean, it's up to you.
I mean,
That's-
that's not
I was trying to figure this shit out.
I Honestly, you don't need to. Like,
Oh.
it is just okay. So
Interesting.
what it is, it's a room that's soundproofed. So
Yeah.
the walls and the ceiling are soundproofed, and there's a bed, and the bed is like one of those. I mean, it's like metal, you know,
Mhm.
like, so I would describe
Holy
it more
shit.
so like a surgery table.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I mean, like, they put like something on it so you can be comfortable, like
Right. Mm-hmm.
a pillow and a blanket. But there's a sound box underneath it,
Holy shit.
and they turn it up to, they put on like a really high frequency.
Yeah.
So it's 432 hertz, which is like a super high frequency.
Interesting.
So they put it on, and so our bodies can actually tune into frequencies because
Mhm.
we are frequency, energy, and
Right.
vibration, right? In our soul, in our cells, and our electric magnetic fields can like, it tunes into the vibration. So they turn it up really, really high to 432 hertz, and you're laying there. And just like with the sound of the music and the frequency and the vibration and the energy, you can feel it in your body. Just like when, like, I don't know if any of you have ever had a system, but I'm sure you felt a system in your
Mhm.
car or whatever.
Mhm.
That's why, like, I grew up to systems, and I cannot live without a system in my car because
Nice.
I love the feeling of what it feels like for
Yeah.
the music to vibrate. I feel like I
Yeah.
become one with the music. I love music. So music is my life. I love music. So you lay on the bed, and then you feel the vibration within your body, and it ends up like putting you in this really meditative, like pretty much like a trance,
Hmm.
because you can start to like fall asleep. People fall asleep.
Right.
People have crazy freaking dreams.
Or orgasms too.
They do. That can happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because I mean, think of like the high frequency.
Yeah, I mean, like,
you know,
if
the-
I'm laying on a
yeah,
table and
the
the thing is right
vibration.
under the table, my butthole's gonna be like,
Well,
dude,
and it's
dude.
metal, dude. So like, you know, everything is just
It's just
moving
vibrating
together.
like your ass
Yeah.
off.
Okay. I
Yeah.
can see that. No, that I mean,
Yeah.
like spiritually, that's super cool.
Mm-hmm.
Like, especially for the brain. I think the brain just starts like realizing like, yo, what the hell is happening with this body, and then it starts sending, you know,
Signals.
signals
Mhm.
throughout the body. Like, yo, are you okay? Are you okay? Okay, we're cool. All right, let's relax.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly
yes.
I think that's
what happens.
really cool.
Yes.
I think that's really cool.
I actually had a crazy experience when I was in the room,
Mm-hmm.
and I was not asleep, but I had a vision, because I have visions.
Mm-hmm.
And I had vision, and I was walking in a crowd of people, and it felt like, because everything comes back to like, so let me just bring you to this really quick to give you an idea. So you know when you smell something
Mhm.
as a kid, and then later on as an adult, you recognize that smell, and it takes you back to that memory, as if
Yeah.
that like you were reliving that memory in a sense, or you eat something. So any of like your senses can remind you of experiences that you've had, where you can actually relive that experience through the memory of that, right?
Yeah.
So my vision, I had this memory, because I've had past life
Mm-hmm.
regression experiences that I can remember clearly. And so I had a vision of walking in ancient times. I was in a crowd of people, and everybody was wearing robes and sandals. and all I could see was like I'm like walking really fast because there was like a crowd of people like around me, and we're all wearing sandals, like, and I'm wearing like this long gown, and I'm looking down, and that's all I could see because I'm in my body in this vision. You know, I can't see myself. Like, I didn't see myself outside of myself, where I have had outer body experiences where I have had that experience, but this was more of a vision. And I was just walking in this crowd, but everybody was just like so excited, and the feeling was so familiar, and it was so beautiful, and like I knew Jesus was near.
Wow.
Yeah. So Jesus, you know,
That's
he was
crazy.
a man that walked on this earth. He was an ascended master.
Is that recent? You said that's recent?
That was in the acoustic room.
Holy shit. right before the eclipse and shit? Like,
Oh, this was like, when did I
December?
meet you? In December?
Yeah, it was
December,
like
okay.
right before the
Yeah.
new year.
okay.
Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
the end of December.
Yo, now that you say that, I just saw a video on Instagram today. We're about to go off the rails right now.
Let's do this.
I saw this video on Instagram, dude, and it was a story about this little girl who actually like fell, hit her head, and like they basically like pronounce her dead, right? And then the police gets there, and she's sitting up, and she's kind of like you know, you hit your head, you're a little bit out of it, and like, oh, she's not dead, she just got up, she's good. And then they say that she wasn't acting the same, she was little different, she was just at all with everything. And then she started growing up a little bit, right? She lived, she survived. She started growing up and being able to communicate with her parents and stuff like that. And she would see things about like Egypt, and she's like, "Yo, that's home. That's home." And they're like, "What are you talking about? What are you talking about?" So she always liked that. So maybe they're like, "Oh, well, you like history? Like, cool. Let's take you to museums." And one day they went to this museum, and they had a whole section of like pyramids and like Egyptian times, and she was like, "Yo, that's me. This is home." And they're like, "What?"
Oh my gosh, I have goosebumps.
So she starts growing and learning more and like, you know, just super deep into this Egyptian history. So the parents, they're like, well, let's go to Egypt. Let's take a family vacation. And they're starting to like question like what's going on, because she's very different than when she was when all that happened. Let's figure out what's going on. Let's go to Egypt. And then they take her to Egypt, and she's just like elated. She's like, this is home. They're like, we don't believe you. Like they know things. Like I think the parents were like historians or something, right? So they know stuff, and they're like, show me where you lived. Okay. And right, without missing a beat, boom, go this way. And you know what? Over here, there's a garden. It's not there no more because it's sand. Years later, they excavate and they're doing their research and stuff. Sure enough, there's a garden. And show me where this and that. Boom, boom, she's right there without missing a beat. She's naming all these places that later on in life we find.
That
Dug up.
I believe that.
That's crazy.
Most
So what is
definitely.
that called? Like, what the hell happened there?
So I feel like that I feel, and I know only because of my past life memories, that we've reincarnated
Mm-hmm.
many times, and in different bodies,
Yeah.
obviously, because this
Yeah.
is just an avatar at the end of the day.
Right.
Our consciousness is infinite and
Right.
eternal.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
100%.
So
Do you think we could be animals too, instead of
I-
just
I
hopping
believe-
into
I
like?
sure hope so. I want to be a dog
yeah.
in my next life.
Damn, Bruce. you got any comments on that?
I mean, goddamn, she said it, huh?
I got a lot of homies that are dogs right now.
But she,
Yeah.
has, she has a point though. It's like dogs and cats; they live the best lives. I
Yeah,
swear.
That is
Like,
pretty bad,
So
so.
cute.
get taken care of, get
Yeah.
pampered by their owners.
Yeah.
and
That's
gotta pay
not
no
true, though.
bills. Oh, some of them.
Yeah, you
Some
got
of them.
That's
the ones in
true.
Taiwan, the ones in TJ. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
You gotta get lucky. You know.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess you gotta get lucky. Same with humans.
Right. Yeah.
Very
Exactly.
true.
You got better chances at that though.
yeah.
But you know what? Like, do you guys feel like this? Because I feel like this. Like, it doesn't matter where I was chosen to be birthed in anything. If I would have been in Mexico, if I would have been here, if I would have been in Egypt, in Africa, wherever it was, I still would have had this drive and this want, you know, to be great.
Oh yeah,
I
because
think
we
so.
are great.
I would have wanted to make it anywhere.
Mm-hmm. You would have.
I don't know if that's something that transcends with you guys, but for me, I feel like that's what it is.
Yeah.
Whether I'm reincarnated into a bug, I'm gonna be the best bug out there, yo.
Oh my God.
I don't know. That's just how I feel. I'm not sure.
Oh, how cute! It reminds me of A Bug's Life.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I love that
Hell
cartoon.
yeah. Yeah.
Damn, that therapy session must have been sick. Huh?
Yeah, right. This man over here talking about past
Yeah.
lives. He feeling the vibrations
Yeah.
and shit.
Wow!
Oh, man.
Imagine if you went there and laid on the vibro
Yeah.
acoustic
I mean,
table.
I just did yoga today for you guys that are tuning in right now. I just did yoga today for the first time. That shit was fantastic. It was amazing.
I
Yeah,
love
ladies and
that.
gentlemen, don't forget we are here with Roxstarz management. Straight kicking it. This isn't the second half. This is the first half. So, yeah, it kind of got a little crazy for a little bit.
Yeah.
Yep. So it looks like we got some comments up there.
All right, let's go.
Go ahead and click on one, Tribe. Yeah, that way we can read it right there. All right.
Sweet.
Valeria says, I need those vibrations for when I'm on my period to relax them cramps.
I'm like, hit me up, girl. I can take you there.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
We can all go.
Let's
Everybody.
do it.
We'll just be in line out the door around the building.
Yeah.
Right.
Valeria also said, or music too takes you back to memories.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Honestly, a lot of different moments are suppressed, subconsciously. Whether it's like how Roxy was saying, like a scent or a certain flavor or even just like the way the sun hits your eyes at certain times. It just gives you flashbacks. But
Yeah.
it's just those things that like really made an impact on you that sometimes when you get to re-experience it, you just go back to that first memory. Like it's a trip, man.
I
It's
guess all
amazing.
triggers aren't bad moments, huh?
Hey,
No,
that's true.
That's true.
Some triggers
Yeah,
are
people
good
like
I never
triggers.
that.
thought about
I
that.
think-
Wow.
I
Wow.
think
Never
I
thought
read
about that.
something like that. It's called like a glimmer. Like instead of being triggered where you like feel angry or something, you like see a glimmer
Oh,
of
I love
hope,
that word.
you know?
Right.
Or I think, don't get me, I saw it on a meme, so.
Don't worry about it.
So it must be
It's
real.
what we heard on
Yeah.
the internet. You know what I'm
I saw it on Instagram, so we
saying?
can make it ours.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's super possible, to have different words or names for certain things, because
Yeah.
we live in a society right now where everything is really negative,
Big time.
Yeah, bro. I don't
triggered,
understand
like,
it.
oh, that
like-
triggered me is
a
super negative,
negative
right? It
thing.
always goes to the negative thing, but
Yeah.
some things can trigger you that's positive too, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, true.
But,
Yeah, no, like with the negative topic that you're touching on, dude. Like, that's how I feel about social media. Like, 80% of it is just negative. Like, everybody wants to like, we've said it before that
How
that main
like, the
character
government wants to
syndrome.
kick TikTok out.
Yeah, dude. Well, that's a whole different
That is a
discussion.
whole different story, but,
But-
it does involve social media and how it is like programming people like to go in a certain direction.
Oh, big time, dude. Yeah,
Yeah.
They steer you in certain ways, but like, there's just, I don't know. To me, there's so many negativities because like, everybody wants to be this and be that and portray this or even just sell certain things in certain ways that like, that's not how it was, just 10, 15 years ago. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't want to
You
get too
feel-
further
you feel
into
like
it.
the authenticity and shit just ain't there no more. Like how it used
That
to be.
part, yes,
Yes.
100%.
Where are we heading to? Say in the next 10 years. So if you think about it, we just got computers in I think our lifetime,
It was technically the 90s where it kind of boomed,
Right.
so about 30 years ago now.
right? So if we're saying we're 80 babies,
fuck
we just got
dial-up now.
computers in our lifetime. So some of us have kids. What about their kids' kids? How different is technology and social media and everything gonna be? Like, that's just gonna be
Have
crazy.
you guys ever seen Wall-E, the Disney movie?
Yeah.
Yes.
With the robot, and then like the people are up in spaceship
they're on
and
space cruise.
yeah, and they're in like those chairs, the automated chairs with the screens like everywhere.
It's like generations of
And like
generations just
the,
got
the
lazier
giant
and lazier.
gulps, like
Yep.
yeah.
I
That's what I
They're not
think
even
of.
paying attention to
Yeah.
traffic and shit. They just have a screen in front of
Yeah.
them. Just 'cause
Yeah.
Everything's
Oh.
autopilot.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't think we're gonna need internet. I believe that we are basically. I think the internet is a copy of what we are.
Right.
Like I think we're gonna be able to channel things, tap in. We'll
Yeah.
be telepathic. Consciousness is raising. It's not gonna be in 10 years.
Right.
You know, but
Right.
that's what evolutionary,
Yeah.
growth is about.
Well, I mean, that's kind of like robots and AI. Like
Mhm.
we literally carry around a robot in our pockets, you
Yeah.
know, and
Yeah.
so like we're one step away from becoming the computer
That-
ourselves,
yeah.
you know,
Oh,
or like
big
a
time.
hybrid, you know, which is
Yeah.
kind of weird to think about, but
I think.
Yeah, this
I
first
mean,
half really went south.
Yeah. I mean, yo, I'm for all of that.
Yeah, I'm for it. Hey,
Put
tune
a-
in to the
put a
second
chip
half.
on me, bro.
Yeah, no, overall,
Oh,
I
yeah,
feel like
pause.
the agenda wants to like
I said
distance
on me.
us
Of course.
further and further away from what our current reality is, dude. Especially with again the AI and even VR, dude. Like we've talked about it, the metaverse, dude. Like it's coming, and people are gonna dive into that. That's gonna be like the new social media where you could actually like jump in and socialize with your homies instead of just like texting away.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like I don't
I
know,
know
man. It's
people
going
who-
crazy.
Thrown shows like in the
meta.
metaverse.
Yeah.
I'm like, how do you? I don't understand. But
Yeah.
I guess I'm not really like into the VR stuff like that. Like,
Well,
I'm not technically.
The only thing I know is that next season, definitely go to the metaverse, hit up our Kicker Labs establishment in the metaverse, and we'll have 24/7 Kicker Lab episodes running at all times.
That's right.
What?
Yeah, it wasn't cheap either, man. So yeah, make sure you go and kick it with us in the metaverse.
We do have property.
Go and catch
Nice.
up on all of your episodes.
Yeah, I mean,
All right.
shit.
Well,
That's
let's
crazy.
let's bring this back again.
Yeah.
This is the first half. Okay, so we kind of went through how you guys established Roxstarz
Yes.
management, but we didn't get to discuss how many members are in the management group.
So these are all the members here.
Uh,
There's like what, 5 of us, 6 of us? Because actually I just added. Okay, so they just keep coming on. So there are girls in here that are not on here.
Oh, okay. No
yeah,
worries, no
and
worries.
then there was one girl like Sierra. She was here. She started making more music, and she was gonna perform with us, but she ended up getting pregnant with another beautiful baby
Hey,
in her
congrats,
tummy.
congrats.
Congratulations, Sierra. We love you.
Beautiful.
So she's taking the time to just be a mom, and she really wants to just focus on the beauty and the experience of that,
Yes.
with her pregnancy, because this takes a lot,
Yeah.
it takes a lot. So she's focusing on that. I'm like, girl, do your thing and come back
Mhm.
whenever you're ready. So yeah, she's doing that right now. And then we have, you all know Jasmine Rose. Jasmine Rose has been in the music industry and an amazing local artist. She started out in San Diego. She's done shows out here, all in North County, and she's just migrated over to Vegas, where she
Sick.
lives now. So
Hell yeah.
yeah, so but she still comes down, and she does her thing
Fantastic.
here, and so she'll be performing as well at our show, and that's why we are here. But
Mm-hmm.
first, we're trying to figure out how Roxstarz got all started. So yes,
Yep.
it started with Sierra. Sierra is now taking a break, and then after that, I had met Sally, and then Lauren.
You knew
I had Lauren.
before, yeah.
Okay, so I met Lauren. Lauren Taylor, she'll be performing as well
Yep.
at the Roxstarz
She's
show.
a sweetie.
I love
She's
her energy though.
amazing. Oh my God, I just like universe. Just like, universe blessed us with everybody. But Lauren's amazing. I knew her from Sierra, and I had a really good connection with her on Instagram for like the past 5 years. I used to make sage bundles and little pixie boxies with like crystals and everything. She used to buy those off of me, and I would
Nice.
mail them to her in San Diego. So
Sick.
I've not ever met her in person.
Oh, really?
No. Well, I have now, but
Oh.
before all this happened, I had never met her in person. And when Sierra started doing music, she was like, I need you to put Lauren on. And I was like, oh my God, I've already listened to Lauren sing. She sings on all over YouTube. You can follow her on YouTube, Lauren Taylor.
Yeah.
She sings all over Instagram. She just puts on a beat and she'll freestyle. And that's how I'm familiar with her and watching her through social media. And I was like, oh my gosh, yes, let's do this. And Lauren was like, oh my God, like me? Like, are
Yeah.
you serious? I'm like, girl, like, do you not even know like how amazing you are? Like, if you saw yourself from my eyes and heard you from my ears and experienced you from my mind, like, wow, you need to be like, she has a purpose. Like, people need to hear her wisdom because she has not ever dedicated until now, just for the show. Prior to that, she never committed one word to paper. She would put on her phone, push record or turn on Instagram Live, and she would put on a beat, and you would just see her meditating a little bit, and she'd start channeling, and the next thing you know, this angelic voice just comes out.
Wow. Wow.
And the stuff she says is like, it is so, oh my gosh, it's so wise, right? Like,
Yeah.
she just has all of this like inner beauty and inner wisdom, and the stuff she says is like meaningful and is very authentic and very genuine, and it's purposeful. Like, she has a message for people.
Yeah. Yo, and to second that, I don't know, man. Like, I've seen her do her thing, and I watched her videos. You know, I scoped her out talent wise, and she is super amazing. And I'm gonna hit you up for a collab one of these days. I need her in the studio ASAP. You know,
Sure,
we're
yes.
gonna get that going.
She would love that. She's really shy, so she's not ever been on stage. Like,
Yeah.
we just did a rehearsal. What was it, last Saturday?
Yeah.
And she was like, oh my gosh, I'm just so nervous. And like,
Sick.
Sally's done so many shows.
Oh yeah, she was texting me. She's like, I'm so nervous. I was like, it's just rehearsal. It's okay. She's like, I know, but I'm still nervous.
And I'm like, well, she's just
But
nervous
I get it, I
because
get it,
the
yeah.
stage, like, you know, it's so like, it was like her first time being on stage with rehearsal.
Yeah.
So, and I'm just like, get up there and just do your thing. And when she was up there rehearsing, I was like, where are my sunglasses? Because I'm about to cry. I cry when I
Dang.
I can't hear her music like anytime because I will start bawling my eyes.
See, that's a good management right there.
I am very like, even with like Jasmine Rose, when I first seen her perform, I went to go see Michael Gabriel perform, and it was the second show that I ever went to see him perform in San Diego. And when I was done seeing him perform, I was walking out, and then I hear this angelic voice, and I turned around and I'm like, I'm not going anywhere. And I told everybody, we're not leaving. Like, I have to go hear this girl sing. And I went right up to the front of the stage, and I have all these videos that like I was just recording everything, and then afterwards I met her. And everything she was singing about, I was like, oh my gosh, like, you're my sister. I'm like, she's like, what do you mean? I'm like, you're my sister from the stars. Like, I know you. And she was like, oh my gosh, like, wow. Like, she felt it. And so, she'll be performing, and she's just so talented and
I love that.
amazing, and her energy is so great as well.
That's dope.
Yeah.
And I can I mean, I don't. What's the word? Like,
I don't know, lost for words?
no. No,
Seems
no.
like it.
Whatever. There's a word,
My
right?
bad,
There's a
dog.
word out there that you know, like, I second that. You know, like, I see guys sometimes, homies and shit, and it's like, yo, man, like, that's dope. Whatever you're doing, you're killing. Like, we the same food. I think that's the same thing. You know, like.
Yeah.
Same
but
shit.
she's just
Okay,
a
I know
female,
what
like,
you mean.
yeah.
It's
I
like,
don't
yo,
know what
homie,
word
we're
you're
the
still
same
talking
food,
about.
though.
There is a word.
Like,
I know what
cut
you're
from
talking
the
about,
same
dude.
Cloth, kind of.
Yeah.
I still
yeah.
feel like
Oh
that's
my
not
God.
quite
Yeah.
hitting it.
I mean,
but
it-
I'm
That
trying
word's
to
gonna
think.
hit us later. Watch.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
gonna-
Somebody please help us.
Yeah, put in the comments.
If I'm on the Kicker Labs story later on with one word and dip out, that's gonna be the word, yo.
It's like,
But
you
yeah.
found out the word.
Yeah. Yeah, but definitely, yeah, that shit does happen. Who else we got, Rox?
So we have Sundari. Oh my gosh. So I'm
Ayo.
yes,
Ayo,
Sundari.
Sundari.
Ayo Sundari. We love you,
Hey.
girl. Okay. So I met Sundari when I met Sally at that same
the breathwork event.
breathwork
Mm.
event.
Yeah.
And the event was called Mente Ceremonies, put together by Esoterigetti, and you can find Mente Ceremonies on Instagram or Esoterigetti. Amazing pages to follow, and Esoterigetti is amazing. So amazing. We love you. I'm like,
My guy right there.
so Sundari, she was the DJ because he had a DJ, and she was playing this one song, and I heard the song, and I was like, oh, I went up to her. And I was like, hi, I'm Roxy. Nice to meet you. She's like, hi, I'm Sundari. And like her vibe is just so zen and beautiful.
Nice.
And I was just like, oh my gosh, like the music that you're playing right now, wow, that is so beautiful. Who sings that? And she goes, she was like kind of shy to say and like very taken back, and she didn't know how to like react. She goes, that's me. And I'm like, what? That's you?
Crazy.
And she's like, yeah. And I was just like, oh my gosh, you are beautiful. Like, your voice is amazing. Your music's amazing. And so we didn't talk about any like music managing or anything like that. But when we were all in a room together after the meditation and everything was done,
Just kicking it.
just kicking it, getting to know
Trademark
each other.
pending.
Well, I didn't even think of like me being for me, I was just like, I'm gonna like put Sierra on, you know, because she's allowing me to do that. I've always wanted to do that.
Yeah.
Put somebody on. So Eddie comes and he's like, so did you know like they both make music? And I'm like, I heard Sundari's music. He's like, Sally makes music too.
Yeah.
And then she like,
Well, he's like, we have a guitar in that room, so we all were in this one room
Yes.
kind of hanging out, and then I just played one of the Rose Cult songs, Maybe Baby, I don't know. I think
Nice.
Bruce has heard it.
Yep.
And I think I played another one, but I think it was Eddie after that was like, or maybe it was you. Someone was like, well, she's a manager.
it
And
was
it's like-
Eddie.
and I was like, oh, well, I'm looking for a manager. This is so crazy.
Nice.
Right after this breathwork event, we're like meditating on like, you know, things that we are manifesting or like, you know, our goals and stuff, like just really forward. I don't know, what word am I thinking of? Forward thinking or just
You were like setting intentions,
setting
right?
intentions. Yeah. So like
Mhm.
it was just crazy. I was like right after that, and I was like, oh, like
I'm
you know,
like,
I've
ding,
been
here I am.
I've been doing this so long by myself, and I'm like been asked like all of 2023. I was like, I need like help. I need like a team of people who can help me, like, because I can't do this all on my own. Like I give up on doing it on my own. I need fucking help. And
Yeah.
then we do this event, and literally right after that, I meet Roxy. Well, I guess I had
Sick.
met you right before that.
Well,
but
yeah, but you met.
we hadn't like connected
Yeah.
until that moment.
And I was kind of like kind of how I am right now. Like what? Like when Eddie introduced me like that, because I didn't think of myself as like a manager. I just told everybody like I'm gonna help Sierra and I'm gonna be managing her music. But you know, like not to where it's like I'm gonna be a music manager, everybody, and I am a music manager, you guys. Like, but when he introduced me like that, and she was just like, "Oh my gosh, I am looking for a music manager," and I was just like, "Okay, girl, let's do this."
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and I love it too, cause like I've seen you, and we've known each other for a while now, and I see how you do business, and it's I don't think these ladies are in the wrong hands, you know.
Yeah.
Like this is Mama Bear right here.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
she's gonna take care
Our
of you.
momager.
Yeah.
Oh, she's learning. She knows.
She's learning.
That's a great word right
Yeah,
there.
but
Yeah.
the thing with Sally though, oh my gosh. So when I met her, she busted out the guitar, and oh my gosh, my mouth was like to the ground, and I was just like, oh my gosh. And I just kept thinking like, wow, like universe, like you are just bringing these amazing, like, oh my god, like, so this whole thing, this is why I say where it's divine alignment, because everything that's happening, it's beyond me. A lot of it has been very effortless.
Right.
Very effortless. Like putting the show together, the girls just coming and gravitating towards, towards one another and where we are as a family. And like, everything's just been so divinely orchestrated. And I'm just like, okay, like, I know that this is a purpose. And I know that, like, we are on the right path because we are all on a path, right?
Yep.
And I feel like we're all aligning and connecting for the greater purpose, which is above us, right? So I have to tell myself many times, because we're humans, we're not just, we are the spirit, but we are in a human avatar, and with this avatar comes a mind, and then also comes an ego, right? So we're having to learn how to consistently go back and forth.
Yeah, is that
between
the battle of the two wolves?
Yeah, exactly. And sometimes, like, like, I know this is a divine purpose, and I just hear this voice like, it's not even about you. And I'm like, you're right. This is not about me. Like, this is about you.
That's real.
So what are we doing? Like, I'm about it. Okay, cool. Because I even questioned it, like, what am I doing? Like, I don't have time for this. Like, this, I did not plan to. Yes, it sounded fun when I was, like, with my son being little. I'll be your music momager. And as he got older, he's like, and I, would joke about him again. Let me be your manager. And he was like, no, like, you're my mom, no.
You can open a track.
Yeah. Hey, well, Roxy, you got me set up perfect right there for my follow-up question.
Yeah.
And since you were bringing up your son, and you also mentioned Michael Gabriel earlier,
Yeah.
but currently you're mostly composed of females, which I think is badass. But did you ever saw it going that way?
Honestly, no. Not ever. But here's the thing. I love that you brought that up, because I'm very, very divinely like tapped into feminine energy. Of course, right? Like, I'm a female. But being a female is different than being in tune with a divine feminine energy, because we have masculine energy, right? And we have feminine energy. And that's why, like, some physical females, they are more tuned in and tapped into a masculine energy, right? And we have both within us. We have the yin and the yang. So I am tapped into both, and I have a balance, and we can all have that. But of course, I physically recognize myself as a woman. Like, I know that I am biologically and genetically a woman, and I feel that I'm a woman in my heart as well, and like, so it's cool that you asked that question, but I never thought that I would be managing all of these women, and that's another thing where it's divinely orchestrated. 'Cause it's like,
No, I love that. And before we go any farther here, Bruce, Michael Gabriel actually left us a little something right there to light up if you want to do the honors,
Oh,
brother.
dang it. Well,
Light, bro.
I think it's already been lit.
Yeah.
And plus, I don't have a lighter. Oh, man.
Because I think we're too far gone for a break.
Yeah,
so-
no, I was just going to say, we're in it.
This now.
There was kind of like a first half and the second half, but they were kind of like twisted backwards from this episode.
Yeah.
But don't forget, we're still kicking it here with Roxstarz Management.
Yep.
Kicking.
And for everybody out there watching on the YouTube, watching on the Instagram, man, check us out on Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you get your podcasts. We do have audio versions available. Just tap in at the Kick It Podcast.
Yeah. Speaking about being deep in, there's a show. Because we're deep in the conversation.
My bad.
That
That was me. My bad.
Different type of energy there.
I took shots.
I don't
I'm
know
sorry.
about that calendar.
Yeah. My bad about
They
that
have a
one.
boy calendar.
All right, well, proceed, Bruce.
Oh my God.
Go ahead.
There's a show going on. Right?
Yes.
There's a ghost. There's a
Yeah.
show going
There's
on
a show
Yeah.
this
Oh.
Saturday.
Oh, I thought you meant tonight again.
Yeah, exactly. That's why.
almost
That's why I
thought
laughed.
You were
Yeah.
talking about like a Netflix
Yeah.
show you're
Also-
watching.
Yeah.
That's Bruce for you right
Yeah.
there.
Not
I
at all.
thought you
Not
meant
at all.
a show tonight. I'm like, where?
No
let's go.
Netflix and chill and none of
Try
that.
to pull
It
up on
is.
the flyer right up here.
Here we go. If everybody looks up there, we have
Right
the
there,
flyer
baby.
ready for y'all.
Yes, that's us. There's Mama Lash.
Yes. So let us know, Rox.
Lash.
That's my alter
Am I stoned?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe like a second hand high.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I smoked before.
Yeah.
So, Roxy, let us know the
Okay.
dates, the times, and the place, and give some shout outs here.
Okay, yes. So let's see. So the show is going to be on April 13th. It's going to be this Saturday. It's going to be in San Diego, in Ocean Beach, and it's going to be at Humble Heart Music. It's thrifted music, which is so freaking cute because if
Nice.
you've ever been to Ocean Beach, it's like just the energy there.
It's a vibe out there.
It is such a vibe. Like, really. Like,
Yeah.
if you know OB, you know what I'm talking about. And so okay, first of all, Humble Heart, the music venue, thrift by day, music venue at night, and they do shows almost every single night, and they do open mic as well, and they actually have their own stage. They have their own sound audio engineer that has his own setup, professional in the back, so everything's like completely legit amazing. I'm telling you, they do live bands there.
I like the name Humble Heart.
It is, that's why I'm saying that was like divine. Like, everything's just so divine, but it gets even deeper.
Crazy.
So, my childhood friend, one of my very first childhood friends, owns Humble Heart.
No
Her-
way.
Yeah,
Crazy.
yes. So when this group came together, I told all of them, okay, now, because we were like, okay, we got to do shows, we got to get you shows, and then I was like, nah, fuck that.
Fuck
We
that.
gotta make our own shows.
Hell yeah.
That's the energy you need right there.
Like,
Hell yes.
We're not gonna go look for shows. Like, we're gonna make shows so that you guys can,
Yeah.
do your thing.
Yeah.
And I'm over here thinking like, okay, where are we gonna do this? Like, okay, I don't know, like where we could do this. Who can I hit up? Like, what spot can I go and visit first? Well, so I actually went to Escondido first.
Yeah.
And there was this spot there that we were gonna do a venue, and it just didn't align now. Maybe in the near future will, but it didn't align now. So I was like, okay, that fell through. So what else is there? And then all of a sudden, like, I remembered, OMG, like, how could I forget? Like, hello, my childhood friend literally owns a music venue. Like, I didn't even remember, like, what in the world? And, like, it's crazy because I had lost touch with her for many years. And then we reunited, her and her siblings, her sister and her brother. And I reunited with them, like, through social media, right?
Okay.
And so, of course, like, when I had got back in touch with Christina, who's the owner at Humble Heart Music Thrift and venue, or the music venue and
Shout
thrift.
out, Christina.
Shout out, we love you so much.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So when I got in touch with her, she actually told me, like, hey, I am going to be, she's like, I'm an OB and I own this thrift store, but we're going to be moving and it's going to be a music venue. And I was like, okay. She's like, it's going to be in Ocean Beach, because she had another location prior. And I was like, okay, I'll go visit you one day. Well, at the time, again, I was making pixie bundles. Like, well, I called them my pixie bundles, but they were sage bundles. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
So one time she hit me up and she's like, hey, I want to order some pixie boxes for my daughters. And I'm like, okay, cool. And she lived, in San Diego.
Yeah.
She's like, but I'm going to be coming down, so let's meet somewhere and we can exchange them. And it was my first time seeing her in years, since we were kids, like, so, like, long ago.
Crazy.
Yeah. So I met up with her. I exchanged, I gave her the pixie boxies. And then one day I went to Ocean Beach because my friend set up a vending table there, and she was walking by. And she was just like, we caught each other's eye. And I was just like, oh my gosh. Like, it was amazing. Like, we like caught up in person again. I seen her. And then she told me my place is like my venue, my thrift place is like right there. And I was just like, oh, okay. I couldn't go at the time because we were vending and everything. But anyways, I ended up hitting her up and I was just like, hey girl, like, I have a question. And she's like, what's up? And I'm like, what do I need to do to get on the venue at your spot? And she sent me a link. She's like, you're just gonna go here, and she's like, like, put all the information in, find a date to book it, and then I'll let you know. You know, when you do that, let me know, and then I'll let you know if you have any more questions. Let me know, and I'll let you know the rest. And I'm like, okay. So I did that, and I booked us out. Like, you have to like book far with her because it gets like packed. Like, I mean, you don't have to book far, but you're not gonna find
and especially in Ocean Beach.
yeah. Yeah, like you're lucky if you find anything. Like, yeah, I was able.
They have a lot of local music that goes there too. Like we went in the bathroom and it's just like all the flyers.
Oh
of,
my
like,
gosh,
the shows that they've hosted, and it's like a bunch of dope local bands.
It
and
is
stuff.
amazing.
My first time going, because I've never been really before starting doing shows with Michael to Ocean Beach. You know, I thought that was PB. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
well, it's close by, but it's not the
close,
same
but
thing.
Different vibes though. Different vibes.
Different vibes.
So I started going over there, and man, I just seen like it's different than Oceanside for sure.
Oh yeah.
Like the people, the first thing I noticed is that they had DJs on every corner on the street, like ready to go, like playing music and everything. And I'm like, man, you can't do that shit in Oceanside because you get a ticket. But and then I don't know who I was with, but he's like, you're in a different city, man.
Yeah.
Different rules, bro.
It reminds me, if you've ever been to Venice Beach, that's what Ocean Beach is in SD.
Yeah. Yeah. With like a big stamp on music and like I think music is number one thing out there.
Oh yeah.
I want to say. But yeah, it's a beautiful town, and almost kind of like so far this year has been my second home. I've been over there like shitload of times already this year.
And even this upcoming weekend.
Yeah. Twice.
Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah. So before we close out this podcast, Tribe, why don't you go ahead and drop that second flyer? Do we have that second flyer ready to go?
Run it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
there
we're
it
gonna
is.
be there.
Yay.
We're gonna be there 2 straight days
Holding
this
company,
weekend.
sick,
I actually
THC.
contemplated on getting an
you see
Airbnb
who's
and just
performing?
staying out there. The
Might as
weekend.
well, bro.
But
weekend.
But
Yes.
if I didn't have a private gig to do on Friday, I would have done this. You know, I would have stayed out there Friday, Saturday, and came back home Sunday. But regardless, we're out there at the holding company. Trap, throw that back up. We are performing with Desi Wright, man. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be an early show. I love the early shows on Sundays. That is fantastic. It works for my schedule. And yeah, doors open at 5 p.m. Desi Wright, he's gonna be having a full band going down, and San Diego native legend in my book, the homie B-Turn, man. He's gonna be performing with him, and that's gonna be a huge show. That's gonna be a huge show because you have the headliner rocking with the co-headliner of San Diego. You know what I'm saying? B-Turn.
Yes.
He's huge. He's big time. If you guys don't know who he is, go check him out. He killed it.
Yeah, get on game. And big shout out to Michael Garibaldi, who is also in that joint.
Yeah,
it's gonna be a
that's
weekend, boys.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a fucking
Yeah.
weekend, man. It's gonna be a great weekend.
Comes out.
Any last words from y'all ladies?
Thank you for tuning in, and thank you, Kick It Last, for having us. You guys are amazing. You always are so grounded.
Thank you.
And just like, I feel just amazing around you guys. You guys are amazing people. Mind, heart, body, spirit, everything. So thank you. We
Yes,
honor
thank
you.
you for
We
having
honor
us.
you.
All right, so where can people reach you guys at before we take off?
Go ahead.
I'll go first. You guys can find me at Mommy Blush Music on Instagram and any streaming platform just under Mommy Blush. MAMI.
There you go.
Mommy Blush.
I love it.
And you can find me. I have a few different Instagrams, but I'll give you Pixie Goddess Roxstar. It's Pixie Goddess GODDESS, and then Roxstar ROX star.
Yeah. With the Z at the end, or no S?
No Z?
right?
No,
No?
it's just no. Yeah,
You should give
just
them the
Rockstar.
management
Yeah, shout out the
one, too.
management one.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Well, I think that one's in the screen right there.
Okay,
Yeah, Rockstar
perfect.
Management.
Yeah,
There
it's
it
on
is.
the-
At Roxstarz Management.
yeah. Is that what it is on Instagram?
Yeah,
it's
mhm.
right there on the
Yeah.
Yeah,
bottom.
right at the very
Yeah.
bottom.
Yep, right,
Yeah.
right over
Somewhere
here.
right there if we point.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
There it is.
Look
Thank
at
Oh,
DJ
Thank you.
Tribe.
Woo,
my
shout
bad.
out.
Tribe in the building.
Producer of the night. Big shout
Yeah.
out to Louis. Big shout out to Piccolo. Big shout out DJ Tribe.
Yeah, definitely. How you guys feeling, man? You guys good to go? You guys are what day is this? Fucking
It's
Thursday.
Thursday, bro. Thirsty
It's
Thursday
Thursday,
episode.
Yeah.
Thursday.
we just
Thursday.
came back. We just
Gatorade.
came back from tour. I don't know. You know, still trying to figure out.
He's
my shit.
delirious.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if you guys made it this far into the episode, on the Instagram, on the YouTube, on Facebook, Apple Podcast, Spotify, much appreciated.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. With that being said, catch us around next time. Yo, thank you for sipping up with us. Thank you for talking up with us. Thank you for kicking it.